What's up, guys? I'm BTC. Overwatch just got an update, and that means some buffs for Mei, Doomfist, and some pretty significant buffs for Sombra. Alright guys, so these changes have been on the PTR for a little while, but they just moved them over to the live version of the game. Doomfist and Mei got kind of minor changes, but Sombra had a pretty significant change to the character. Lots of buffs, and also kind of a nerf in some cases. We'll talk about that a little bit later. First, we're going to go with Doomfist. His hand cannon ammo recovery rate increased from 0.8 to 0.65 seconds. I think that actually should say decreased. So anyways, what this means is his auto reload is now a lot faster than it was before. Unfortunately, Doomfist is still plagued with bugs. Now, while I do think they need to improve Doomfist, I think the first thing that they need to do is fix the bugs, because, you know, things like the Ghost Punch aren't really good. You know, when you have this sort of stuff in the game, where you can, you know, just go right through the enemy when you shouldn't. And some of his other abilities are also bugged. The character has like 20 plus bugs still. So if they're trying to improve the character, the first thing you need to do is fix it and get it working right. And then you can go and like, okay, maybe we should alter this, maybe we should alter that. Next up is Mei. Endothermic Blaster, the freeze, the slow duration was increased from 1 second to 1.5 seconds. And the weapon alternate fire ammo cost reduced from 25 to 20. So for her left click, this is just to help you deal with tracers and Genjis and stuff like that. Basically, it means that you can now have that little bit of extra time in order to freeze them. So if they're trying to get away or they go around a corner or something, then like you can still kind of chase after them to get them. Now, as far as the right-click alternate fire thing, this just means you can fire more. Like that's all it is. So that is just kind of like a raw damage increase. Again, kind of similar to what we had with Doomfist. Are these changes going to fix the problems with Mei? Is it going to make her more useful? Probably not. I mean, these are just really kind of minor changes. I don't think they're really gonna make Mei all of a sudden shoot up in the pick rate or anything like that. You're still gonna see people pretty much using Mei just for stall in most cases, or just to block a choke point or something. And I mean, it makes her a little bit better, that's for sure, but I don't think it's really gonna address a lot of the major concerns with the character. And the last one is Sombra, and these are some really significant changes, like you have to start playing the character in a different way kind of changes. So let me just quickly run through the list here. EMP no longer blocked by small objects. The hack no longer gains ultimate charge from health pack healing. That is actually a pretty significant nerf, because it's going to take Sombra longer to get her EMP charge now. But don't worry, the rest of the stuff definitely makes up for it. So continuing on with the hack, the cast time was reduced from 0.8 seconds to 0.65. Now disables the following abilities: Genji's Cyber Agility, Hanzo's Wall Climb, Pharah Hover Jets, Lucio Healing, and Speed Boosts. Basically, it completely shuts off whatever Lucio is playing, and he can no longer wall ride while he's under the effect of the hack as well. And Mercy, her Angelic Descent, which is the slow fall, also gets shut off. Next is her Machine Pistol. The spread was reduced from 3 to 2.7. That's actually pretty significant. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Opportunist, enemy health bars are now visible when the health drops below 100%. It used to be below 50%, and her ability to detect enemies through walls at 50% or less remains unchanged. We'll go over that in a second here. And then the Translocator, the duration increased from 15 seconds to 20 seconds. So let's jump in here real fast, and let me show you some of this stuff. So first, let's look at just the spread, right? So like, almost all of those shots are hitting. So from a kind of short to medium range, like, almost all of your shots are going to be hitting now. Like, even at kind of a further back range here, I'm still landing quite a few of those. But when you go into more of a medium distance, like, that's almost every single shot is landing on the target. And if you were to go, like, really close to, like, right about here, That's everything. Like, you're not going to miss. The spread is not going to cause you to miss any of those shots. So that's a pretty significant increase to her damage output potential. Now, the other thing is the hack, and of course, this is going to disable a lot of the passives and that sort of stuff. Obviously, the training bot doesn't have that, but think about it where you can use the hack to catch a Pharah or a Mercy that's up in the air, and basically they're just going to drop like a rock. Like, they can no longer float down to the ground or anything like that. So if the Pharah is off the side of the map or the Mercy's off the side of the map and you hit them with the hack, they're just going to drop and that's it. They're just done. So they're going to have to be way more careful if there is a Sombra on the enemy team. As far as, like, Lucio wall riding, you ever been in the Ilios well map where the Lucio is in the middle and he's just kind of, like, going around and around in the center of the well, trying to, like, delay the capture? No, no, no. Now, you just hack him, he drops right into the well, and that's it. He's done. And, of course, the other part of the hack is you now shut off Lucio's music that he's got playing. So his healing or his speed boost, whatever, it's just done and gone. Now, none of the other healers are like that. A Moira can still left-click and heal. Ana can still left-click. Mercy can still do it. If Zenyatta has a Harmony Orb on somebody, it's still going to heal them. But with Lucio, that's a really big nerf to that character, or to be able to just completely shut down his healing. That is huge. And of course, it's not just the healing, it's also the speed boost if he has that running as well. Another change has to do with Sombra's passive, which is the Opportunist. So what used to happen is if a target was under 50% health, then you could see what their health bar is. Now you can see what their health is if it's at all under 100%. And you don't have to be the one that does the damage either. So why this is important is because when you get behind the enemy line and you see one target that's about that health, and you see another target that's about that health, you know, which one are you going to go for first? Obviously, you're going to go for this one in most cases because you know you can get them quicker than you're going to be able to get that one. Overall, these changes mean that the old way of playing Sombra, which was heavily reliant on your team in order to be effective, is no longer the case. A Sombra player can now play more along the lines of like what a Tracer would do, and still be pretty effective. You don't have to worry about your team using your health packs, and because the hack works so quickly now, you can use it to just like shut down an enemy Reinhardt shield or a Roadhog or something like that, and it's just way more effective, and you don't have to coordinate as much as you did before. So I don't think that Sombra is in any way going to replace a character like Tracer. It just means that Sombra now has a lot more opportunity in certain situations. So maybe you don't need the raw damage output that a Tracer can have. Maybe you can get away with having a little bit less damage, but a little more utility, in which case you break out the Sombra, and now you can just shut down their enemy line from behind, right? You can hack their Lucio, you can hack their Reinhardt, whatever you need to do, you can just shut down and break that choke point and allow your team to get through. So that can be really, really effective, and I think you're going to see the pick rate of Sombra go up, not just because there was a significant change, because that always happens, but more because the character is now simply more effective even in an uncoordinated situation. Now, as far as the pro scene goes, keep in mind, the Overwatch League only does character balance updates at the end of stages, and we just started Stage 2, so that means none of these Sombra changes, none of the Doomfist changes are going to be in the Overwatch League for at least another month. These changes are on the live version of the game right now. You can go and try it out. Expect to see a lot more Sombra players. What do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out my Discord server. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. The links for that stuff are down below. And remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.